in terms of these shadows here, what I did is, let's say that you have, let's make sure we're on the page here. Let's say that you have kind of an arm shape, right? This is kind of like the forearm, looks like a chicken bone, chicken leg. So don't worry about this hand. What I'm really trying to focus on here is this shape. And so there's if you kind of go opposite, no, not opposite, you want to run parallel with this curve here. See how this curve goes? Do another line like that, right here somewhere, and then curve it almost like a Pepsi symbol. And then under here, just kind of just sketch another line, and then another line here. And this kind of indicates, some musculature on the arm. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. Now, one of the things I like to do, and I'm going to move this paper up a little bit. Actually, let me just zoom out a little. Might want to zoom in for this one. Let me just shift this camera a little bit. Zoom in. Okay, so we have this basic shape of the arm, right? We're not worried about the hand. We know that the hand's going to go somewhere around here. Kind of knuckle, 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 thumb, palm. Okay, but what I want you to focus on is this area here, because I'm going to show you how to shade an arm. So now that I have the shapes, I'm just going to go ahead and clean it up. Get in the habit of doing this, guys and girls. Hey, everyone. Let's see. There we go. So what I'll do here is quickly sketch in lines. You know what? I'm just going to move this up a little bit more. Really want to. There we go. Zoom in a little bit more. Voila. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and render, or not render, just sketch in our outline. Quickly, no big deal here. And then we're going to put one muscle shape here, one line here. And we can, take these lines and kind of eyeball them towards the wrist. And there we go. So when I shade this in to create kind of a three-dimensional look, what I do is, considering that the light is still here from the top left, now you can do top right, you can do anywhere you want. All right, let's do from top right actually. So what I'll do is I know that this muscle is kind of an overlap, right? Overlap over the arm, because we have kind of an arm bone here, and this muscle is kind of built in and wrapping around. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll cast a shadow here. Same thing here. Same thing here. So we got 3 cast shadows. We can put a little bit more shadow here. You see what I'm doing here? And then a little bit here. Now, let's just shade in these areas. You might even want to add some here. And then, a cool thing is to kind of eyeball and jump around, add a few lines. And what they do is you'll see that your mind will start connecting these lines here. Okay, so now that we have some shades in, what I'm going to do is just kind of do a zigzag. Now, what I mean by zigzag is it's like this. Can you see my pencil? You can do this, can't you? In any direction you wanted to. Now imagine if you did that here. You can just go, keep it close. Now, at first it doesn't look like much, but if you're consistent, just do it like this. Same thing here. And now we've created some consistent aesthetics. And then you can even take these lines here and you can, as long as it's consistent and you're doing it over and over again, it looks good. Now if you just have one little blotch area here and there, it'll look inconsistent. It'll look like an eyesore. Now, in these little areas where you have these crevices, you have one dark area here and you have one dark area here, what you can do is you can create a value in between them. And what I mean by that is a value is basically when you're going from light to dark to light again, or from dark to light to dark again. It's just an in between is called your value. So in this case, I'm just going to create a value of lines like this. And it just kind of casts a shadow. Now I can keep going like this underneath. I can do it here. And again, you see that I'm consistent. I'm drawing them all in the same direction. It's not always the rule, but it's a great rule of thumb and it's good practice. You can go all the way down here. Now, if you want to get really crazy, you can start doing cross-hatching. Now, cross-hatching is basically, you can make an X, right? Now, can you make a bunch of X's? Well, that's basically cross-hatching. So if we want this direction here, which is an upper kind of a diagonal line, if we just do the complete opposite and go diagonal against it, well, you create kind of a cross-hatching. Now you don't have to do every single line. Just do a few here and there. Again, these are all just tools of the trade. They're techniques. Some of them are gimmicky. Some of them are really cool. You know, you just have to figure out how to use them to your advantage and make your art pop out a little bit more. That's it. Now I can continue and just draw more lines like this. And so we have another rendered arm with shadow. We have scales here. Okay, so I'm going to pull the camera back again. And we're going to pop this up. Actually, I'll just bring the paper down. And here we have it. So we have 3 arms. Now don't forget, when you're done, make sure with any sketch that you do, always sign it. Because once you sign it, you own it, it's yours. And don't sign anything unless it's your best work. Now, I'm not saying that this is my absolute best work, but I feel like I did a good enough job in conveying what I wanted to teach you. And so with that said, good luck. Keep going. Don't ever give up. We're going to continue on in the next lesson here. If you have any questions, go ahead and, well, you can reach out to me or just look into your curriculum guidelines. And I will be including a bunch of stuff for you in the PDF formats. I think that's good for now. All right, guys, enjoy. Keep practicing. I'll talk to you soon.